15th of May, 2002, I arrived in Barcelona on a night train from Madrid. I only had 400 euros with me and a terrible job, door-to-door sales, but it was better than teaching English, right? So I came here with lots and lots of hope. I was convinced that a long-term relationship with Barcelona was going to make me happy. However, despite my enthusiasm, for the following 2 years, Barcelona put me to the test, even though I was in the honeymoon period. Over those 2 years, I struggled a lot, financially, professionally. For one summer, I ate gazpacho and patatas fritas once a day, every day for 2 months. It was awful. I cannot take gazpacho anymore. I also worked in an IT help desk, and I was even international manager in a salsa record company. Sounds great, but it ended up in an industrial tribunal that I won. So in 2004, after 2 years in Barcelona, I was wondering, what am I doing wrong? I've shown so much love for Barcelona, but what do I get in return? What do I have to do? So I thought, maybe I have to learn Catalan. So I did. I learned Catalan, and that did improve things. Then I started to look for work again after a few months unemployed and learning Catalan. And I found a job in a printer in the export department. I speak French and English, so my languages were valued. And I was going to print books from British and French publishers, and I love books too. And who doesn't love a story? So I was printing books, and I remember one day I printed out a list of publishers in London, and out from the page was jumping, erotic, fetish. So I decided to concentrate on erotic and fetish publishers in London. And I was working in my printer in Barcelona, printing erotic books from London. So it caused a real stir in the company where I worked. However, when I was on business trips in London and I was with my clients, I loved how open they were. They talked about sexual themes, but there was no taboo. It was all very natural, and I loved that. Unfortunately, the print world dried up, quite literally, and I changed jobs again, and I started working in luxury real estate. But that was also very inspiring for me, because my clients were foreign, and they had online businesses, and they were having very different relationships with Barcelona than mine. They were having relationships with Barcelona on their own terms. They weren't worried about the local employment market, etc., because they were location independent, and I thought, that's what I want to do. So what I was doing in the weekends, when I wasn't trying to sell apartments and failing, I had become a fetish model, which sounds crazy. I'd been inspired by my fetish clients in London, so I was modeling at the weekend, and I thought, I want to write a memoir. I want to write about my own experiences, because I was reading a lot of books at the time, and all of the stories I was reading were nothing like my own. They had, in my opinion, sex-negative stories, and my story or my vision was very different. Then in 2009, I decided, well, I hit rock bottom, basically. In my job as a real estate agent, I didn't sell anything for 4 months, and I was commission only. So imagine, I had no money, and I was struggling a lot. But I'd been in Barcelona for many years, and I wasn't prepared to leave Barcelona. I was going to stick it out. At that point, I thought, now is the time to have a relationship with Barcelona on my terms. I sold 2 apartments, took the money, and I set up my blog, venusohara.org, and I haven't looked back since. Over the last 10 years, I've created my dream job and dream life in Barcelona. I've published 3 books. I've written over 100 articles for El País. I've written for GQ, Playboy, The Mirror, The Guardian. I've even designed my own sex toy. In 2013, I became a professional sex toy tester, which is, as you can imagine, the best job in the world. And even better, the last 10 years, I've had no alarm in the morning. I wake up naturally, which is very cool. But now it's been a long time since the 2002 15th of May arrival. So I'm thinking, how can I spice up my relationship with Barcelona? The only answer is polyamory. I need to open it up, and I need to have relationships with different cities around the world. But whatever happens, I will always come home to Barcelona.